All right, Central Florida real estate investors, the Orlando Regional Realtor Association State of the Market for February has finally been released. So let's jump in and take a look. February 2025 didn't really release too much information or too many changes, I would say, over January. Now, remember, rolling into January from last year, we are kind of seeing some negative data that came through as far as inventory growing, days on market growing, interest rates growing, new contracts, new listings down, pendings starting actually showing a little positive, but outside of that, closings down significantly. So let's take a look at year over year and month to month changes for February 2025. So inventory, as you can see, year over year up 44.5%. That's huge. And then up from the prior month, 6.1%. We would expect some of that kind of like the seasonality rolling into the high spring season. We kind of want some more because we're not getting many of sellers that are releasing new inventory onto the market because of interest rates are still stubbornly high. Remember, a lot of these homeowners that have interest rates in the 2s, 3s, and 4s do not want to sell until they get down closer to that because they're going to be reinvesting in a property at 6.5, 7%. So we'll get into a little bit more of that after this, but that's worth to note here. So new listings year over year up 9%, month to month down 1.9%. New contracts, similar trend, but month to month they were up 11.9%. We are seeing also that we've gone over in some other content with you guys that we're seeing a lot of price drops. So price drops are an indication of future deterioration. So we are seeing that, especially in the Central Florida market, single family and extremely with condos. So we want to keep an eye on that as well. Closed sales year over year down 15%, and then seasonality here up from February to January 21%. So let's jump down to median sales price. It's still consistently month by month hovering around that 380 to 385 to 375 range. And you'll see it year over year, month over to month, not really much of a change. So we're seeing this kind of neutral to 1 to 2% price appreciation in the market. I think in the beginning of the year, we kind of went into it. A lot of experts were saying 3.5 to 5%. So we're not quite there yet. And, this dreaded average days on market, average month of supply of inventory, it's still growing. You can see 33% year over year and about the same 2% over the month. So what do we need to assume? We need to assume higher holding costs. We need to assume higher days on market. If we're selling that fix and flip, even if you do a knockout job, it's still going to be on days on market a little bit more. So work that into your analysis. We just did also another analysis on comps and seller credits. You really should check that out because it's vital that you know what your property is worth when you go to sell it. A lot of people say, hey, you make your money on the buy, not on the sale. So I believe that is 100% true. So you want to make sure what you're buying is what you think you're buying. So they give you a little bit of updates from Aura about what I've just talked about, and it's kind of more of the same. We haven't seen any deterioration, but we haven't seen any strengthening in the market as well. Let's jump over and take a look at our 30-year mortgage. It has gone down slightly in the last month. It was hovering closer to 7 and now it's at 6.65. So hopefully we can continue to see that drop down to 6. I did come across a couple really interesting statistics and a piece of information I wanted to share with you guys over the last couple weeks, listening to Altos research on their webinars. We're also embedding the Altos research on our website, capfund.com. You want to check that out. It's currently live. All right, so let's take a look at this. The highest mortgage rate U.S. homeowners say they accept on their next home purchase. So this is a survey that represented all the homeowners with these really awesome 30-year fixed rates on their current mortgage, what it'll take for them to say, I'm ready to sell, which a lot of people are ready to sell. They just can't because their new interest rate would be too high. So just over half of homeowners, 54%, say they accept a mortgage rate up to 5.5% on their next purchase. So if we're at 6.65, if we could get down to 5.5, that would unlock 54% of potential homeowners that are now willing to sell. So that'll increase inventory. It'll get buyers more property. Some of the stuff out there right now is kind of stale. It's been sitting there for a while, especially around the new year. It's been relisted because it was taken off around December and now it's relisted, but it's the same old beat up overpriced property. So interesting stat here. I also want to share you, if you're interested in investing in a condo in the state of Florida to fix and flip, buyer beware. In the US, the United States, the total United States, there's 193 condos and townhomes for sale. 70,000 of those are just in the state of Florida. That represents 36% of all townhomes and condos for sale in the nation reside in the state of Florida. So as a proportion of Florida to the overall townhomes and condos there are nationwide, it's about 20%. So about 36% of all condos for sale are coming from Florida. And of the overall sample, Florida only has 20% of condos. So that means there's a lot of condos on the market. What does that mean? Prices will be dropping on condos. So if you're investing in a fix and flip on a condo, or you're going to keep it as a rental, you may want to work a little bit of a discount into your ARV because there is a lot of pricing pressure on these condos and to move them. So we hope this helps. We're going to try to be on top of these market updates as soon as they come out. As soon as we get some great information that we think is valuable to you guys, we're going to release it as well. All in all, we're trying to make you guys more profitable. We're trying to make you more knowledgeable. And like I said earlier, check out our website, capfund.com. Go to market research and get the power of all of about 10 counties worth of zip codes data research that you can now use for yourself when you're determining if you're going to jump into that next fix and flip property. All right. Hope you guys stay profitable and reach out to us if you need us for any loans on your fix and flip product. All right. Thanks.